Boy, manual labor after physical and mental and emotional torture is exhausting. It's exhausting, exhausting. Um, there's some changes in the ecosystem because of what they're having to do through their parasemic stuff that help your body recover from a lot of stuff. But I know it's going to be hard on a lot of people what they're still doing for the time being. Don't ever lose hope, though, that technology can radically shift and we can have mass communications sharing the intelligence of the Lord's Prayer worldwide anytime. Okay. So I want you guys to always, be positive when it comes to that. That's the only thing I want you to be positive about. Okay. Is that anytime technology can shift and it can be used to spread the perfection of the thoughts, the linguistics, and the actions of the Lord's Prayer. That's the only thing you should really be positive about, period. Anything else, I want to be creative, I want to do this, shut up. Okay. We don't need any more of your fucking money. We don't need any more of your over-exaggerated self-importance and egotistical expression, so we don't need any of that. We don't need any of you assholes to write another song, come out with a great album, make another fucking ridiculous propaganda movie, get people, when we went on the protocol stuff and you guys, we can't wait to jam people into big gigantic buildings doing useless propaganda so we could raise more money to cure things that are caused by the destruction of our planet and species through selfish interaction. So the only thing to be positive about, okay, is that if, and that's a huge if, okay, the celebrities and politicians are celebrities, and the brain chemical addicts in the military, you can't handle the truth, that are addicted to the same things they are, cannot, okay, radically reverse their activities and what they do and how they think, speak, and engage. The technology can radically do things to take these videos and share them worldwide instead of watching the big theory over and over again, Infinity Wars over and over again, and who's going to win the playoffs of the, because guys, last game of the season, we won the last game of the season in 2020. Okay, the men's college basketball. Okay. They have a thing like they did during World War II or whatever. They didn't have a national champion because of genocidal operations. Okay. And so during COVID-19 in 2020, as in New Mexico State, we had one of the best records, one of the best basketball teams in the history of our school. Okay. We had Ivan Ariakartua, we had Terrell Brown, and Johnny McCants, and God, who was the other guy that they had underneath? Who was the big guy? Who was good? They had a really good team. Okay. A really good team. A really good college basketball team. Okay. The year before and the year after they were good, but that was their best team. They were the deepest. Chris's team went like 10 to 11 to 12 players deep. They could interchangeable. And no one averaged like 20 point. Everybody averaged 9, 10 points, rebounds, draw charges, blocks, everything. They did everything real well. He had the best, probably arguably the best, and don't want to argue, but I say arguably, you could really say when you looked at it, probably one of the best teams in New Mexico State's basketball history. Okay, and they won their last game of the year that year. Okay, lots of teams won their last game of the year that year. All right. More teams that year, because they didn't hold the tournament because of genocidal operations, finished the year on a positive note and won their last game of the year, but they were upset because they didn't have an opportunity to finally lose and have one team win the last game of the year for a buttload of genocidal propaganda money, right? So it really doesn't matter who wins the last basketball game of the year for a buttload of propaganda money from genocide operations. Okay. But it does matter that people know who Ralph and Mary's boy is and what he has done. Okay, he's not just from 2009 when I started posting on YouTube, okay, till now. Okay. Guys, they led me to believe this in Sierra Vista, and I believe it's true. That they knew who I was before I was born because of the documentation in religious documentation that outlines and tells specific details about my existence. My father's name, my mother's name. What happened was scientists that were studying it, they thought it was self-fulfilling prophecy because my sister and my brother-in-law got invested into a religious group through their employment, and then they named their kids Gabriel and Michael. And then a lot of the religious groups came to claim that it wasn't them because Gabriel's name is Jerry Gabriel. His middle name is Gabriel, not his first name. His legal name is Jerry Gabriel Aviar. Okay, he's named after his father, but Jerry's name is Jerry Provincio Aviar. Okay, but Gabe, who we call Gabriel, is Jerry Gabriel Aviar. Okay, and for the Carne Asada commercial people, and Michael Anthony Aviar. Okay, those are the two guys in the Mormon documents, the Christian documents. They're also mentioned in Islamic documents. Okay, Gabriel is the one I think that talks to Muhammad. So from the future and stuff. So both these men, okay, who were born 12 and 13 years old after me, or after Lord Earl. Okay. Because last night I was brushing my teeth, and Jesus was like, Jesus? What do you mean? He goes, Earl, you're the man, okay, performing what is necessary for the Gospels to be understood and lived, okay, in the 20th and 21st century, that ushers on the kingdom of heaven on earth. And I'm like, I was brushing my teeth last night, and I was like, okay, you keep telling everybody you don't understand the magnitude. He goes, Earl, do you understand? Okay. The magnitude of your existence is what Jesus was telling me last night when I was brushing my teeth and soaking and all that. I was like, yeah, I guess I kind of do. I'm like, I get it, Jesus, And Jesus is, he is the focal point. Okay. But in the book of Revelation, the entrance into the kingdom of heaven, the focal point is Earl. Okay, and our Father, life is eternal, grace is infinite, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I'm like, Jesus, that seems kind of. He goes, no, Earl, we have to keep your name secret, and we have to keep it to where they're guessing, and then by the time it gets to the 20th century and they're studying you, okay, Herod doesn't try to kill you. You don't have to be taken off to Alexandria. The same thing happened with Muhammad, with the Sadducees and the Pharisees and stuff like that. He was protected from good people, by good people when he was a teenager, from treacherous Jews like Herod and Caiaphas that were going to kill Muhammad because he fulfilled prophecy in the book of Malachi. There was a lot of documentation explaining Muhammad, his birthmark, so forth. Okay, so this isn't the first time that they've known through stories and documentation, and then go to this was unique, like with Judah Krishnamurti, where they had the prophecy and this is the guy, and then Judah Krishnamurti, he fulfilled what needed to be done. He corrected all the fallacy and the mythology in Hinduism and Buddhism, and the wrong thinking and the magical thinking. And then they tried to do a connection to me, and he couldn't do it. He said, we can't. The kids are not available. We can't, and I can't say when, where, and how it's going to happen. In the year 3000, you can understand and see things working up to the point where it finally happens. When you have quantum computing, it's a totally different ballpark, because people are manipulating to try to delay the inevitable. Let's load this one. We'll talk some more. I'm going to go eat me some dinner. Okay, guys? I love you. I don't know how quantum computing exactly works. Most of the people today don't know how it's going to work because they don't make it to... we'll talk about it later. All right, peace.